the entire walls have to be cut out. And each mural, like Abraham Lincoln, is about 15 feet by 15 feet. So they're monumental murals, and they weigh in total, each one is about 15,000 pounds.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to Gustavo's World. And today we have a very special episode because we're here with Mr. Daniel Ciraldo, and Daniel Ciraldo is...
I am the Executive Director of the Miami Design Preservation League, and we're so happy to have you here at our headquarters.
Hey! The video is about to start. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. There we go! So anyway, the reason why we're here, and funny enough we have this, is because we're talking about the preservation of certain murals that we have in Miami Beach that I have to say, I have to give a little introduction about this. So I grew up here, I moved here in '88. I was a little tiny baby, of course. And so anyway, the point is that, you know, I usually went through, like every day, through the murals. But it's like anything, when you take them for granted, they're like there, they become nothing because you see them all the time.
Right.
But then this property was sold and the murals, then it was gonna be demolished.
Yeah.
And then I thought, what's gonna happen with the murals? Because they were very cute, you know? So,
right.
So
and that
what
is sort
happened?
of the story that even I grew up here as well. And
right.
Coming to Lincoln Road, I would see Betsy Ross and Abraham Lincoln and Iwo Jima and the astronauts, and it was so inspirational. Yeah, exactly. So in like 2016, when the prior developer was going to develop his own hotel, we had come to the city and asked them to please find a way to save these murals because we recognized how important the murals were. And at the time, the owner had agreed to donate them to the city. But then several years passed, and over time there was a question of whether the murals really could be removed from the building.
Right.
Because of the way that it was installed in 1971.
Right.
But through public interest, including you, I know, came to City Hall once.
Yes, and I talk about it, and you know, I won't say his name, but the mayor then, he kind of like he wasn't interested.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was very clear.
Yeah,
yes, Yes.
Well, a lot of people in Miami, they want all the shiny new things, which
right.
I think new is good, but we want to keep the things that give us a foundation and a history and a culture, because otherwise we're not much different from any other place.
Right.
And these murals are so powerful also in learning the story of Enzo Gallo. He was an artist. He was born in Italy.
Yes.
His family were sculptors of marble. And so he was trained by his family members there, and then he came to Havana, Cuba. And there he also got into art in that area. And after that, he moved to South Florida. And in 1971, he was commissioned to make these murals for the American Savings and Loan Association, which wanted to highlight the American flag.
Nice.
But it gives, to me, a deeper meaning to the murals, because it's not just about the American flag, but it was made by an immigrant. And so you could feel the power of the flag that endured, and we know the story of the immigrants who came here, who had to struggle. A lot of them had to come and leave everything behind.
Right.
But they came for the American dream. And why would we want to bulldoze the American dream? So that's when we said, no, we want to save this. And somehow in the last few weeks, we were able to get a team together. There's a new owner of the hotel, the Citizen M.
Right.
And they're a great hotel. If anyone's watching, looking for a place to stay around the world, Citizen M has hotels around the world, and they're all about art.
Okay.
And so we were very lucky that this hotel being built, because the building's being demolished, it's not historic, but the hotel owners care about the art.
Nice.
And they put money where their mouth is. And so far, it's been almost $200,000 to remove the murals, because the murals...
What?
Yeah, the murals are installed directly on the building
Concrete.
wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So they have to be cut, the entire walls have to be cut out. And each mural, like Abraham Lincoln, is about 15 feet by 15 feet. So they're monumental murals, and they weigh in total, each one is about 15,000 pounds.
So now the next question, so because they're big blocks, well, so, I mean, because I've seen the blocks, they're like this thick, like a wall, like a cement wall, literally. It wasn't sheetrock.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and they're huge. So they have to be cut in little, like a puzzle, right? Almost.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and when you cut them, you have to be careful because, and we had a conservator organization, Rosa Lowinger, who is an expert. Yes, she was there the other day.
Yes.
And so what they did was they took the image of the, each mural, and they made a grid along it. And when they section them off, it's very important for murals like this that the head and the hands don't have cuts directly in the middle, because when they're putting it back together eventually, you wouldn't want those are the main things when people look at the art. They look at the face, they look at the hands. And so with Lincoln, it was a bit of a challenge because his head is so big in this mural that they found a creative way to go just at the beard, at the bottom of the beard.
Decapitated for Lincoln.
Poor guy, right? I know it's like not the first time he would know.
Yeah.
But no, in this way, I actually think we saved Lincoln.
Yes.
And that's the exciting thing. And, the Civil War and the way that our whole country was almost ended by the Civil War. But the flag endured. And then World War II, Iwo Jima is just a beautiful story. My grandfather fought in World War II. So, and I think we all have a connection to the story, whether you love Betsy Ross, Abraham Lincoln, and that history, and Emancipation Proclamation, Iwo Jima, World War II, or your favorite, I think.
Yeah, this is my favorite. The astronaut, as you know.
and so that has a quote, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Right.
And
so wait, so they decided to save all of them because I heard at the beginning it was going to be just Lincoln and maybe Betsy Ross.
Yeah,
I was so afraid about my little astronaut.
No, I know, and so, so what happened was we were contacted and the bulldozers were ready to go to the building, but they said to us, if you would like them, let us know, but you're gonna have to figure out a way to remove them. And so in the very beginning we said, listen, maybe we could just save Lincoln's head. We'd be happy to do that,
Yeah.
But thankfully, and we again have to credit Citizen M, as well as Americaribe, the contractors who were hired to demolish a building, including many veterans who are now the ones saving the American flag murals. So it's a beautiful story of coming together and really making the impossible happen. The other thing is on Alton Road, there's another beautiful mural of the 3 pillars of our democracy, that's the name. And it's the White House,
the one in front of it.
And the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And so when we put on Facebook that we're working on saving the Lincoln Road side, a lot of people were saying, what about the other side? And you thought, oh my gosh, because people might not realize how much work and money and time.
Especially the money.
That it takes. So, we were just so thankful to Commissioner Alex Fernandez. He was traveling at the time in Europe, but he had seen all of the interest in this.
Right.
And we spoke, and he reached out to the owner of the hotel, the Citizen M, and said, would you have any interest to save the rest of it? And thankfully, they said yes.
Well, thank God.
We owe a lot of gratitude to Alex Fernandez, Commissioner, and the other commissioners. Really, all of the commissioners in the end supported it. Although, unfortunately, the city administration in the beginning didn't support it.
I can relate.
Oh, really?
I remember. Well, that's what happened to me.
Oh, right, right. But I the way that I see it is, the city administration, they have to be, very careful, and they have to make sure that it's feasible. And, a lot of times, looking at this, you'd say it's impossible, and people did tell us that.
Yeah.
So they were reluctant, but I think once they saw that we were saving it, and that the commissioners and the public really cared, they got behind it. So
Good.
we're so happy that they finally came around.
Yes.
That's part of our mission here, is to help educate the public and the city about the importance of history, art, culture, and that's a big part of our mission that we think really makes Miami Beach what it is today.
Right. Yes. So, I mean, thank you for, saving the murals. They meant a lot to me because we've seen them for many years. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you see something that then you don't see.
Right.
But then a loved one that you take for granted.
It's honestly like seeing a friend.
Yes,
like,
so you don't want that.
When you see the buildings and the art that makes up your life and your daily story, whether you walk by it, etc. And it's nice to know that, knock on wood, these will be here for future generations.
Right.
And that's the next step, is figuring out where they'll go.
So wait, where are they being stored?
So we're very lucky. Yeah, so we're very lucky that Michael Schbo, who's the new owner of the Raleigh Hotel, and he's in the process of renovating that. He recently bought the old Epicure building.
What?
And the Ace Hardware, like that whole block. It's not in a historic district, but they're going to be redeveloping it into a small office building, about 5-story office building.
Office building?
Yeah, an office building, which I think now there's a lot of like new office demand, because a lot of people are moving.
That makes sense.
South.
Okay, never mind. Like I was like, offices, yeah.
But I have to say thank you very much to Michael Schbo and his team, because the city didn't have anywhere to put them. Everyone we asked, nobody has space in the city. I mean, a lot of people don't even have a closet.
Well, Miami Beach is a very tiny island.
Yeah, and like land is so valuable too. So luckily, I had got to know Michael through the Raleigh and other projects he's doing. And I called him up and said, I know you have the old Epicure space is sort of empty. Do you think we could keep the murals there? And sure enough, we ended up doing that. It's actually in like the Ace Hardware warehouse where they store their merchandise. So we have a 1-year agreement for $1 a month to store these multi-million-dollar probably murals. But we're very lucky for that, because you can't take this to a U-Haul or,
I know.
I mean, it's...
so they have to, how do they even...
Yeah, so they put it on a small forklift. But the other good thing is it's like across the street from the mural, like half a block.
Yeah.
So that helped us reduce the cost of moving, because we had someone else offered us a space in Wynwood, which is very good too, but it's just to move all the murals all that distance, we would have needed a flatbed truck, would have taken a lot more time.
And then it would have been a lot of money to bring them back to Miami.
Exactly. And there are people already in the city of Miami that want it. Personally, I think it'd be great to keep it in Miami Beach, because it's part of our heritage. But, I also understand it's going to be hard to find a place for these very large murals. I have some ideas, maybe the convention center lobby, maybe the hotel, or Lincoln Road, obviously.
I mean, Lincoln Road should be Lincoln.
Lincoln on Lincoln.
Yes.
Yeah, that we hear from a lot of people. That would be really great too. So, but the number one is that they've been saved, and then now it's going to take a while to figure out what to do next, who will pay for it, etc. But the city has pledged to help find the funds to do that.
Okay, nice.
So we're very grateful to the city and our wonderful taxpayers. Because, like us, because I think it's something we'll all be proud of. There's so much negativity sometimes around our city, a lot of people fighting about this and that. But I think pretty unanimously people are happy about
Yes, of course. That's why we live here. Yes, so. I wouldn't live anywhere. I moved away out of here 8 times.
Oh, really?
And I always keep coming back. Yeah.
No, it's such a great place. Once you get in your rhythm and see the beauty all around, it's such a great place to live.
So we got this covered, like the murals, where they're going, who was Enzo Gallo. pretty much we have everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
and
think
then the only thing that is hanging in the air is like, where are they gonna go next? So maybe that's gonna be another video. So
oh, and maybe if your viewers can put in the comments where they
Yes.
think it should go,
Yes.
I will definitely be reading it, and you could send that to us
Yes.
because we want all of your ideas, because this is going to be a community-based project to
Yes.
find one idea. Some friend of mine, Lynette Long, had was maybe we could put all 4 murals in like a cube, like where you could walk around them all,
Nice.
you know, and see them, and maybe inside have a little exhibit about the history of the flag.
Oh, that's a great idea. Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
there's many options, but it's going to take visionary people. But we know
Right.
Miami Beach has full of visionary
Yes.
people like you, and,
like you,
and
especially.
you know, we
Yeah.
all work together for a
Yes.
happy outcome.
Yes. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for explaining about the murals, because it was a very urgent local matter.
And thank you for visiting the Welcome Center. And I wanted to let you know as well that all Miami-Dade residents get free admission to the Welcome Center Museum. So you can learn about Art Deco, Mediterranean, Miami Modern. Those are the 3 main styles.
Yes.
And we also have
Of
our
architecture.
walking tours.
Yes.
Of architecture. And we have our walking tours like Julie and Howard. I know
Right.
you know many of our wonderful tour guides.
Yes.
So stop by anytime and learn more about the city, and stay tuned for the next life of the mural.
Yes, and then in another video, Daniel is gonna explain to us what is this institution about? Because I mean, you know. See you later, people. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment, to like, to share, and subscribe. Bye.